That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe, mi linda raza. I got a special guest that is coming in the building right now. But before I bring him in, of course, we got to go through the formalities, which is this. Gracias, all the day oneers. Gracias, everyone in the members only. You already know who you are, the backbone of the community. Been supporting me from day one. A lot of you guys been rocking with me since the before the rebranding of the channel. I highly appreciate you guys. But here we are. We're putting our stamp down. We're putting our foot down, our footprint on YouTube Landia, and we're coming up on 11,000 soldados. And this month, gente, we're also gonna do the 1 year anniversary a special giveaway live, whatever you want to call it, cabrones. I'll make sure I have Miss Chicano Tube also in the building. Well, she'll be in headquarters. We'll be at the studio, Chicano headquarters. And then we'll be giving away some stuff and just shooting the shit, man. It's really all for you guys. It's really all for the raza because without you guys, there'd be no pinche canal. Let's just keep that a buck, okay? And what we want to do here is just keep it a buck, keep it real. We ain't gonna be like we'll talk about these podcasters right now, gone wild. They say they're super, super solid, and then they're calling the police on taggers. I don't know. But anyways, make sure. Let me see, cabron. All right. So gracias all the day oneers. Gracias everyone inside the members only, the backbone of the community. I want to give a shout out to all the Chicano pages and all the Chicano channels that are on IG, Facebook. Shout out to Johnny Murillo and Chicano Hollywood also. Cabron. I want to invite him on the podcast real soon, gente. That way we can have some game on what it takes for Raza to make docu-series, reality TVs, shows, single documentaries, all of that shit. I myself have taken master classes for video. I've taken at least 3 master classes for video. You can look up the names on Google. I've taken Ray Romans at least twice, Ray Romans twice, and then Rob Adams once. I mean, Adam Forgione once. But anyways, so Johnny Murillo, shout out to you, mi hermano. Looking forward to the collab, cabrones. And that even reminds me of Big Joe Castro that I had to do a live today because it just boiled my blood, man. It's just this podcaster gone wild. Okay, Alvin, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's crazy. He's just burning every single bridge and throwing every camarada he knows under the bus at whatever expense. At whatever expense. The disrespect was real. Let's leave that at that because we're gonna keep it a pushing now. It's the Wednesday night show, gente. And I'm going to go ahead and bring on a very special guest who always got great questions, great commentary. And we got a lot of things to talk about pertaining raza. We have a new president in Mexico, what's going on with the economy, and a lot of highly controversial things. So without to do, Risky, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Buenas noches.
Hey, buenas noches, cabrón. I'm still kind of learning this thing, so I'm trying to see what's the best layout. Give me 1 second. Are you on the road? Are you situated? Dime.
No, no, I'm situated. Good to get it in.
Well, let's go ahead and get it in, cabrones. First thing I wanted to ask you about, you seen the headlines all over for the new woman president in Mexico. Did you have any time to research La Mona?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about her. I haven't really looked up the that whole thing, much. But what does stick out is that her Jewish background, man.
So you just saw the last name and what? Okay, I did a live. I said I don't know nothing about her, but I just saw her last name. Do you know anything like as far as her background? Because she is Mexicana. She is Mexicana, but she comes from a Jewish bloodline.
Yeah, and that's like I said. That's what sticks out. Being that I wonder how being that Mexico is majority Catholic, and if she's Jewish, I wonder how much the gente can get behind her, or how much that's gonna, You know, look, it's dicey. It's not speaking on Mexico's politics isn't like speaking on the U.S. politics, right? I don't know if you looked into it or if you're aware, but supposedly this year was the like holds the record for the most assassinations of people that were either trying to run or that got elected, right?
Damn.
Um, but like I said, with her Jewish background, I don't know. I don't know how much, if it's a genuine election, if it's something, that's real. I don't know how much the people are gonna get behind her or not, just based on the whole Catholic thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Trip so she pretty much let me just summarize it to the people. That way they just kind of understand exactly what it is.
Yeah,
She pretty much you're looking at another AOC.
yeah,
And when I say another AOC, I mean like almost 80%, like straight, almost 90% lined up, line by line. And again, we won't get into too much tonight about that. But a lot of people agree or disagree. She's a straight AOC. So I'm not overlooking the past, overlooking the fact that she's a woman. That's great. It's great history. Absolutely should happen. Because let's keep it real. A lot of the mujeres lead better than men.
yeah. In business, that's a fact.
I mean, a lot of them lead better than men. So to the fact that that she's not pri, she's not pan. This is like a new movement. It's great. Well, it just depends who you're hearing it from.
Hmm.
Because if
Yep.
you're hearing it from me, boy, si no más de esto de la mona is I hope she leads Mexico in the right direction. I hope she creates a middle class and a stronger economy. You notice the things that I'm going in order. These are what I think is priority to the raza, which is our wallets, our economy, our freedom, period.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If she can bring that into Mexico, and you know, have the hardworking people from Mexico make a living off of their work, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Uh, but what if she brings all her Jewish people, man?
Stop already. Or just, let's just keep it real. What if she's a plant?
Well, says yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like I said. That's why I opened up with saying that the politics in Mexico, aren't the same, man. They're not. It's
But I mean, what's new though? I mean, we got a puppet over here.
right. Yeah, yeah. No, no, for
I
sure.
mean, we got a puppet
Um,
whose strings get pulled. He's not pulling his own strings.
yeah, you're right about that.
So
I
transition to that cabron. What did that cabron say? What's the newest change that 46 did at the border? He did something that he's getting criticized about. Did you hear about it?
I did.
Okay, cabron. Now tell me, what do you think? 6 months before an election, he's doing everything calculated. He's being told what to do. How does this like fit in the strategy of gaining votes?
Um, I don't think it really does. I do know that the whole border topic is said to be the biggest um the biggest topic, the biggest issue
The biggest
in
divider.
in this election, right? But I mean, nothing is new, man. They do the same shit every year, every election year. It's always the same bullshit. I honestly don't. How can I explain it to you?
Where would you rank the border then? On
As
on
far as what?
on shit to argue about at a debate, trying to get your political party's nomination. Like, is the border even top three, top five, or you see it like I see it? Just every 4 years they talk about the border, disappear, line their pockets up for 3 years, and then play the raza card.
Yeah, for sure. It's that exactly, man. The whole border issue is not a real issue. It's make believe. The them saying that will border closed, border open. Let me ask you, what is it exactly that that they're talking about? How would you define a closed border or an open border? Like I don't get it.
Right, because that's just a term that probably just goes on newspaper articles or headlines, open and closed, while we know that at least what a third of it, or at least or half of it is como se dice, is unsecure.
I
You
I
know
I
that
beg to
way.
differ. I beg to differ.
They go over the mountains, they go over the cerros way. Come on now. The only thing
Look,
that's fucked up is the people don't want to risk getting busted again because they know they'll do double the time, and it's really a wrap.
yeah, yeah. I think the border is pretty damn secure, man. I think the border is secure now. Now look, I live in a border community, right? I live in South Texas, the Rio Grande Valley, the RGV. If I throw a rock, it'll probably hit somebody on the head in Mexico. That's how close I live. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like us down there, it's not an issue to us, man. Like that's an issue to the north part of the country, to people that don't go down there, to people that just get their border ideology from the news, from the propaganda, all that shit. But the border is secure, man. And you have several layers. From look, check it out. On the other side, in Mexico, it starts with the carteles. Like they run. This is public information. They run the whole immigration bullshit down there. The whole people coming over. So they firsthand see who's coming in. Right now, why am I
The
saying
cartel.
that? Now, why am I saying that? Because the misconception of terrorists are coming through the southern border, right? Like that's a misconception. They're lying to you guys. They're lying to you guys to get your votes
Okay, but
because
what was not lying to us is a photo of like 10, 20, 30,000 people. I mean,
right.
they're processing those people. They're showing up, and most of them aren't even Mexican. Let's keep that a buck. About 80% of them aren't even Mexican, so they're just coming on boats. They're pretty much just saying, you know what, it's open. That's why we should cross it now. Now's the time to cross it. But you're saying it's not open.
I'm saying it's not open, man. I'm saying because if my primo tries to come over, they're not gonna let him in. They're gonna stop him at the border. So
Oh
to us,
well,
the border. So to us, the border is closed. You know.
okay, that's called perception. Because like, okay, so what the media talks about, then let's put it like this, then yes, you're right. What the media spins or uses every 4 years as a narrative to divide the raza and then just try to power play their vote is that that's the only thing that's happening because of all the pictures is all the people running over the mountains when of course a good portion go through the port of entries.
Right. With the people that they allow to. Right.
Okay, but you do you know the numbers, or at least a guesstimate on the numbers of the people that aren't allowed to, but that do come in? Do you know? And these are historic numbers.
Yeah, I mean, but it's always been. It's always been. See, that's the thing that even when it's not an election year, the people are still coming in. Nothing's changed. Now, if you ask me, are more people coming in, or less people coming in, or the same amount of people coming in? I say that the same amount of people are coming in that don't come in asking for asylum. I mean, as people are coming in, people are not gonna stop coming in. As that's a dumb uh point to say, right, that you can't um it's impossible, and they know it, and they don't they're come on, you mean to tell me that the country with the best military defense system doesn't know who's coming across that border? They can't stop the people coming. They don't want to, man. And I don't know if I've heard you speak on context a lot, right? Like context is key. Context of the conversation. I don't know if it's just me, but every time I hear politicians speak on the border, specifically on the southern border, it's always with a racial connotation, with a racial it's in racial context, man. Do you not pick up on that, or am I hearing and seeing things?
I think we all have our own experiences. Where you're by the border, so you deal with mostly over there by the border, and that's it. I grew up in Central California. Aquí la mayoría eran güeros in the beginning. It was güeros in the beginning, but then there was a white flight because the raza came, and we started painting bridges, murals, and so my dealings have been it's been different. And one another thing is, yeah, whatever the TV and media says, I scroll by it. I try to read banned books. I try to find banned pinchy websites and get my information there, to be honest. And then the last place I go is Google. But they're reporting record numbers. I tend to believe it because I don't think the border's secure. I mean, what's wrong with the country having a pinchy pared?
I mean, what's wrong with it? The fact that what that pader represents, and that pader represents
Stop.
racial shit. That
Stop
pa- that pader to a Mexicano is saying, you know what?
going
Look,
on
look, look.
symbolism now. Come on, cabron. That's
Uh,
arbitrary. We'll go down symbolism all day long. But what I'm saying is,
no, let's speak
which
facts.
how
Let's speak facts.
many
Look,
other
look, look.
countries are
This is
secure?
what I want to do. Yeah, I mean,
Go.
didn't they? Why did they drop the Berlin Wall? Because
Sep-
I mean,
that definitely were in that shouldn't have been separated, cabron. They shouldn't have been separated. So it's not Mexico trying to divide against Mexico. Okay, this is just it's one country separating itself from another country. And what's gonna happen is here's my number one issue. Every 4 years they bring up the border, but here's what they're
yeah,
ducking. Here's what they're ducking. They're ducking the fact that there's trains, there are entire buses and commuting cars pulling up with children that aren't related to each other, don't have their parents with them, and are being pinchy driven by one pinchy person. And guess what these children are doing? They're being sold. And guess by what numbers? They estimate the tens of thousands. It's a
yeah.
market that I'm not trying to make this doom and gloom, but unless you want to talk about that, I really don't give a shit about anything else at the border. I really don't give a shit if they do finish the wall or not. I really don't give a shit about that. I believe it's very divisive every 4 years to try to bring this up. But how about the children? A lot of people don't want to talk about the children.
Of course not, because it's both Democrats and Republicans that are running that show. Don't think it's just one side.
There you go.
It's
Who
it's
said
it's.
that? I didn't say
I
that.
mean,
You
no,
very
you're
fucking.
not saying it, but I'm saying it. See, the thing with me, I don't care to be politically correct. I shoot from the hip and I call it what it is, right? Um,
Well, you're
now,
live on Chicano. Aquí soltamos la lengua.
I mean, that's for the betterment of the people, right?
Exactly. And if the stream goes down, the stream goes down. But again, every 4 years, they bring up the pinchy border. And it's not like immigration doesn't need to be revamped way. The whole fucking system needs to be revamped. And they can put resources into it. But guess what? Every 4 years, it's the pinchy zanahoria in front of the donkey to wave and just say, oh, you know what? Let's lead them in this direction again. Get them arguing with each other. That's not going to work. I think this November, the gente are going to get the job done.
Yeah, it's a divisive tactic because look, you asked like build a wall, okay, but okay, build a wall. I'll be up for building a wall, but there's two borders to this country, so build a wall on the Güeros side also. Why doesn't that get brought up?
Hold on. Stay away. I thought you were gonna say build a wall in Canada, like the northern border or whatever. Bro, there's
Yes, that's what I'm
literally
talking about. No, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
hundreds of countries that have walls.
Yeah,
You
but
brought
I
up
don't know, man.
earlier. Okay, well, yeah, that's people that shouldn't have been, separated. But again, that's what happens when you have tyrants. Again, am I right though with immigration, cabron? They could fix it, but they're never going to because now it's a pawn in the chess piece.
This is how they fix it. Look, they gotta give my gente, the Mexican people, the dual citizenship. They should, the Mexican people should be allowed to come into the United States the same way. that the whites go into Mexico and come back freely. The Mexican people should be allowed to do that as well. They should be allowed to come, get their money, get their chips, go back, tax them. They're no nobody's saying don't tax them. You don't have to give them benefits, food stamps, none of that shit. Because my gente, the Mexican people, aren't asking for that. What they want is to work, right? And
Right.
so that's how they fix it. That's how they fix it. Give my people dual citizenship. Everybody else, sorry, you should have been born in Mexico.
Cabron, you
You
know
know,
what? I will go in there, cabron, and I would go, and unless it's of course the way they say it, the elites, and you can't do what you want, and you have to sell out to get in a high level. I mean, if you could, and could go in there and do something, you could fix shit. I would go in there and take care of DACA right away. Like, guess what? 1.8 million, boom, they're all citizens. Let's move on because we gotta get to making some kind of smooth immigration where they come in, they're doing efficient background checks. Obviously, there's red flags if you see children separated but not with their parents.
right? And those children that are separated, they're not from Mexico, man. Those children that are separated are from Central American countries and South American countries. So look, this is something that doesn't get brought up, and this is something that I feel that the gente should do, and the Mexican people should
Bring them in.
start separating themselves
And then,
from others, because every time that immigration gets thrown, it's I mean, come on. Um, what did Donald Trump say? When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending rapists. Like he like you know what I mean? Like that.
okay,
That's like,
glad you
nah,
point.
man. That
Glad you pointed that out because you actually quoted it verbatim, almost like word by word. But in that context, do you see how videos were spun and the raza was convinced, along with the song that said "F Donald Trump" and other things that were popping? Do you see how the raza really quick, without even knowing the story, jumped on the train?
he said it, bro. I think the raza saw it for what it is. I think that whoever says that he didn't mean it in a racial way is blind, and is not in tune with the
Ah,
and is not in tune with the
ah,
raza.
por,
Raza meaning Mexicanos. It's true. Are we gonna
por,
talk about it? We're not gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
I
man. Like,
switch it up a little
first
bit on
of all,
something.
look. First of all, Mexico is not sending the people. The people are migrating, because migration is natural. Your people did it. Your people migrated, right?
Here we go. Here we go.
Your your
So
your parents migrated from Michoacan and Jalisco to California for a better life, right? So migration is natural. Animals migrate, you know. Uh, so but Donald Trump saying, which, by the way, are we gonna call him Crooked Donald, or he's gonna get the pass?
so here's the thing. Well, he's gonna get the pass from me because he's the better of the two. Out on November, he's the better of the two. That's absolutely sir. I'm positive he's the better of the two in November. We all know that, but trip out. So what? Let's just say this: the Don 45. Why does he have to talk about these things, certain things, these topics? They keep bringing it up. Well, first off, the relationship with Mexico. They share a border. They share a
Right.
border. So that what's coming across that border? Well, they say the biggest arms provider in Mexico is the United States. So we already
Right.
know there's that going on right there, and not legal activity, okay? But and we also know that the pinche pastillas, que the last real epidemic in the last at least 4 years, the guy that built my trunk in Donna, my '94 Cadillac from Texas over there where you're at, he passed
Mhm.
away from ODing on this too. And I just had another worker whose little brother passed away from ODing on these pinche pastillas. And to the youngsters, I tell the youngsters, don't be pendejos. When you put that pastilla inside of you, that pill, it'll consume you. And it's too late. That's the stupidest shit you can do to the youngsters. But, anyways, that's coming from the south to the north to the south. Okay. The majority of the trafficking is coming from the south to the north. Again, not saying who's better. One's the consumer, one's the provider. But that's why the president of the United States has to fucking talk about these things. So he could be talking about Mexico's not sending their best, or if United States was connected with China, he would be saying China not saying their best. Or do you get my point?
I get your point. I definitely
It's
get your point. But
like
but
Univision is saying, pointing out a raza. That's what Univision has said 24/7, 365.
yeah. No, no, no. Is
You
look,
watch Univision or what?
I don't. I actually don't. Um I look, my whole politic views and all that shit really just comes from life, man. Really just comes from life experiences, and I'm not indoctrinated, right? I'm not indoctrinated. I like to think of myself as a free thinker. I'm not indoctrinated by religion. I'm not indoctrinated by politics. I just, I just
Hey,
see it for what it is and call it for what it is. I don't.
they said, and most Chicanos do that. Most Chicanos, we don't give a shit, and we're gonna call it like it is, real quick, without thinking about it. You know what I mean? But you know what? I appreciate all your comments, questions. Every time you call in, you always spark the conversation. I want to shift gears real quick. I want to get your opinion on this. Last time I did the Chicano hour, I was on there with
Yeah.
Miss Chicano Tube, and she said
Uh huh.
something is highly controversial, and that
Uh
I
huh.
got some, and I want to ask you your opinion on this. We might as well just call Miss Chicano too the queen of controversy. Maybe she's going in that direction. I'm not gonna hold back, like you're not gonna hold back, like I'm not gonna hold back. And so she
And and
said,
and
"Go ahead,
saludos to Miss Chicano too, by the way.
shout out to her."
Yes, sir.
And so she said that any man that is okay with boys going into girls' baños, she said she questions their manhood because a straight hombre and a straight woman wouldn't want that.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's simple. That's simple. That's simple. Cut and dry.
Well,
That's. I agree with that.
that's a whole como se dice, that's a whole pinchy cliche. It's something getting pushed down to the people. O sea, the whole que niños, que genders, que neutrality. And to me that's going away from people that were traditional. The raza's very traditional with those things. And I see the new president of Mexico. Okay, she también is like another AOC. If the people didn't know, she Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, same thing. Borderline socialist. Borderline socialist. I went to Mexico last time. Wait, oh, now I'm just digressing. I went to Mexico. Wait, do you know how many fucking lefty things I seen all over the statues and graffiti and shit like that? I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Is Mexico, are they allowing more shit? Are they just, or are we going away from traditions over there or what?
I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be able. I wouldn't be able to call that one. Um, but like I said, it's different over there. It doesn't. The same rules don't apply. Pero going away from tradition. Uh, no. I mean. For the most part, I wouldn't think so, man. For the most part, people are pretty traditional, you know.
Then what it could be is just like in the US, they're just controlling the machines, the radio, the tele.
Influence.
They're controlling all the media, and in that way, people can think that what's on social media is happening in every street corner all over the pinchy country and stuff like that. I think that's happening too también. Here we are in an election year, and I think within the next couple months, you're about to see some crazy shit because
You think so?
yeah, divide and conquer.
I think it's just a show, man. Honestly, I think it's just a show. Look, look, it's always the same. It's always Social Security. It's always taxes. It's always the border. This shit gets talked about, nothing gets done. It's always the same shit. People are just along for the ride. I just, as a Mexicano, I feel that it's not my place to speak on certain topics. You know, like the whole border, as far as like it being closed or open. Me as a Mexicano, I don't feel that that's my fight. You know that's their fight. That's the Güeros fight. I don't. I think I'd be a hypocrite to say now coming from I came here to this country legally, and so did my parents, but we never migrated. We never migrated. We've always been from the north part of Mexico, south part of Texas. Always been there. Um, but it's always the same shit, man. It's always it's a show.
Did you or did you not say when that you had an issue with me saying I'm Mexicano?
No, not an issue. Definitely not an issue. Whatever you say you are, I'll respect it. But
Not a real,
you, Monday?
like it's like a talking point or something, to debate or something like that. Not a real life issue, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because you said that you're all three. You said that you're Chicano. You said you're 100% Chicano, 100% American, and 100% Mexicano. And I honestly don't get that. I don't. I know I'm 100% Mexicano, so that doesn't leave room to be percent anything else. So,
Being
so, so
risky.
yeah,
You said that, and to me, the way I look at things is I was raised Mexicano. That's for sure. The Chicano, obviously, no one felt Chicano until Kid Frost said it in his pinche canción. Let's keep that real. Come on. Until
and look,
Kid Frost, I'm Chicano, brown and proud. Okay, a lot of people didn't even, you know what I mean, gave a shit, and they were just, a Mexican twice a year on Cinco de Mayo and La Independencia. But
look,
anyways,
look, 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 look.
go
Let me bring something up.
go.
Now that you touched Kid Frost, and this is for the people to go back and do their homework, right? So, like you said, you have this rapper saying Chicano, right? This is for the raza. The name of the song was the raza.
It was a
But you
bang.
have this. Oh yeah, no, for sure, it was a banger, everything, whatever. But this so-called, raza, fist up in the air, Chicano, proud of the Mexicano roots. If you go look at his video of that song, he didn't even know the proper colors of the Mexican flag. He got them backwards, bro. You don't
He
believe
put
me?
red.
Go check it out.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so
But
that's people.
he was a trendsetter, o sea, as far as no one had it popping before. And so I grew up Mexicano because 90% of my friends eran Mexicanos, and their parents were just like mine, both born in Mexico. So again, everyone has their own experience on where you grew up or how you grew up. A second, third generation Chicano is probably going to feel less and less Mexicano. And just, fuck it. He grew up here. He spoke English. He played high school football. He had a lettered fucking jacket and went to the prom and es más americano. But me and my friends, we're first generation Mexican. So I grew up Mexicano. I didn't hear the word Chicano until then. And then American, are you kidding me, cabrón? I mean, I grew up, half of my classroom was always güeros with blue eyes. So I already knew by cuando habla inglés, y no nací aquí, que era americano. So all of those
Bueno,
things, in essence, not trying to say it should be 33.333 and times three. And I'm, no. All those three things in essence is why I know I'm those three.
yeah, those might be your identities, but is that really who you are? Because look, trip out on this. Look, check it out. Check it out. Then what would you say? Because to me, this is who's Chicano. Look, to me, the people that the border jumped, right? The people that were here uh before 1848 and after to present time. You know, when the border moved with the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty, those are the Chicanos. They're the real Chicanos. They're
I
because look, they were already here. Okay, so they were already in Mexico, but then they became American, right?
yeah,
But America didn't want them, so they got left in limbo, right? So to
yeah.
me, they're the real Chicanos, or then because if you say you're a three, then what would those people be to you? I'm asking you the question. What would you say those people are?
But what is who they know they are have to do with me? I know who I am. I can't speak for someone else. O sea, that I can't relate the two. But I get what you're saying, cabron. You're one of those cabrones that says, you got to have a Mexican birth certificate, right?
Well, pues if we're gonna be technical, right, right, like, pues yeah, I mean, to be okay, because I was born in Mexico, so I'm a Mexican, right? So you were born in the States, so you're also a Mexican like me.
And I have the same sangre.
You right? So then pick. I think you got to pick. Or either you're Mexicano, you're American, or you're Chica. I don't see the whole all three. It doesn't like I said, it just doesn't make sense to me because I know that those people would be would be the Chicanos to me,
Yeah, I
right?
get you.
But
Yeah, cabron.
Monday.
That's right. That's right. No, no, no. Hit that like. I'm looking at the comments section. I appreciate everyone that's tuning in right now. We're having a good conversation. We differ on a lot of things, but it's all about at least bringing it to the people so the people can think. I see things growing up here as a Chicano, a little bit different in California. California is a whole lot different than growing up in Texas. It's the same raza, it's the same people. Absolutely, it is. So, what do you think of? What do you think then of raza? Let's keep this in general. Um, it's been a resurgence of them and their Aztec roots and Purepecha and all the tribes and a lot of things, which is gorgeous and great and wonderful. Um, but they don't really know exactly, who their tribes are, where they come from, etc. They could be, loving the Aztecs, and the Aztecs went to war, literally, with their great great grandparents and stuff like that. Should we drill down and know really where we're from, or just it's just for drawings, paintings, and whatever, and not really care?
Well, yeah, that's what I always bring up because you have people that say, look, people automatically start with like us, or it got took from us, or it got stolen from me. Like first you have to like it's cool, right? Like yeah, definitely. Like find out who you are, but find out who you are before you claim something. Because to me, a lot of Chicanos are claiming Aztec, but they don't really know. They don't really know that that's what they are. They don't know that that's where they come from because there was other tribes in Mexico at the time, and the whole with the whole well, Spaniards raped and pillaged us. Well, the Aztec did the same to other tribes, and I can say that the Aztecs probably did that to my tribe because for me pointing it down, I believe I come from the Chichimeca tribe. I don't identify or relate or have ever said or have ever had any Aztec pride. I think that's just the Southwest uh
But you got that blood in you,
what blood.
Chichimeca.
I believe so. I,
Yeah,
I I believe so. But remember what I said. I'm
you.
not I'm not I'm not indoctrinated. So I can also say I might be wrong. You know, and I can say that with anything. Like I said from the get go. I can say that with religion. I can say that with politics. Like I don't know for a fact. I don't know. My pride. I would like to say that my pride starts with the independence of Mexico and the revolution, right? Because people talk about well, see, but like the Spaniards. This, if you speak Spanish, that's the conqueror's language. But what people don't bring up is that Mexico fought for their independence from Spain.
And
You
of course,
know,
you're talking about different centuries in Mexican history too, because the colonization in one, and then what you're talking about is pretty much after they became a country. War, I mean, they got their independence and became a country. To you, that's the beginning. But why not trace it all the way back to exactly who we are? You know what I mean? Exactly, because I look at Mexicanos, la neta way, and I know every single raza that I know as a Mexicano is 50% native, is 50% native. It's funny you said you mentioned Chicanos and the first Chicanos. What do you think of this? I actually think the pinchy first Chicanos might have been the people that lived on the border, by the border, that were crossing over to the United States, that worked every single day. You said they weren't accepted different times, but of course, when they had kids, they started having kids over on the US side once the border became established. So probably the first Chicanos were raza that lived in the northern part of Mexico.
except that we don't identify as that. We identify as Mexicanos because I'm that because I live in the north part of Mexico, and we don't use that term. We're not Tejanos, we're not Chicanos, somos Mexicanos. That's our pride. That's and like I said, a lot of that pride comes from the independence, comes from the revolution, comes from the fact that Mexico has never just Mexico has always gone to war for its freedom. You know, always. You know,
So
from
you want the earned the 33% of the land they took from Mexico?
Monday, you cut off there.
You want the United States to return the land that was taken during the United States Mexico War?
Mm, I don't know if I don't know. Look, honestly, I don't know if I want them to give the land back as much as I would like for them to make it right and give the people the citizenship.
Was that lost? That land was lost because of the war, or was it lost? I mean, just because they had a better military?
It was due to a better military. It was the Now you have to remember that Mexico had just fought for its independence, so everything was down.
Or
Everything
yeah,
from yeah, the whole the factories were down, the economy, everything. They had just won the independence. You know,
theory from los pinches franceses.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
but there's some proponents that say the land was stolen. Did they steal it or did they win it fair and square in a pinchy war? And just because they had better generals,
well, they captured Santana, right? And when he was in prison, they made him sign the treaty.
against his will.
And plus, I mean, imagínate,
Una espada a tu cabeza.
you know what I mean? But I also know that some of that land got sold for 15 million. But that's not that okay. But that's not the topic. That's not the issue. The issue is the U.S. promised the people that were there to become citizens and to keep their beliefs and to keep their land. But then when that shit hit Congress, they said, nah, 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 you can't keep your land. Like hell no, we're taking that.
It was convenient for them.
Uh, of
Well,
course.
with the natives, they correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, they stole the pinche tierra de los natives, and the way they came behind it was behind the Bible, number one, and number two, by putting this on record and paper and just saying, you know what, that the natives were intellectually inferior and barbaric people. So all of a sudden, just because they're forcing the natives of the land to try to adapt to their ways, their pinche language and all that, they get their fucking land stolen from them.
It's the Anglo's MO to take and take and take and greed and greed and greed, and we want more. It's the Anglo's MO. Now they have Earth. Now they want Mars way.
Gaslight shit, cabrón. We're talking history now, okay? You're gonna start gaslighting shit on YouTube,
I,
way.
No, pues I mean, like I said, I shoot it from the hip, and I
Is
don't
that
care about being politically correct, man. I just, it's the truth. I
is
mean, we have to see shit for what it is and what really affects the people. But yeah, hell yeah. I mean, if you don't see that, come on, man.
hey? So
It's their whole mo.
I had a recent guest, Wayward Son. Shout out to Wayward Son 360 on TikTok is how I found him. And the way he spits history almost makes it sound like he's anti-American. Have you heard any of the interviews with Wayward Son on my channel? And what do you think about him talking about times of oppression against Mexicanos in the United States?
I honestly think that dude is anti-Mexican, anti-Mexico, and anti-United States. I don't know. He seems a little bit confused to me.
But
Yeah,
but
I
but
get.
speaking only facts, I mean, we can all cross check everything that he's talking about. I mean, but if he's speaking facts, then what do you call a person that just states facts? Oracle facts. I mean,
But what I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know, but what facts is he? What facts is he speaking on?
grandfather, being in the segregated unit in Vietnam of Chicanos. They didn't want to teach their own kids Spanish, the Spanish language, because they were so fucking, getting jumped and beat up and slapped. Again, different times, gente, different times. And he talks about those things, and then with the like I shared on Cinco de Mayo. Did you see me reshare what the once a year Mexican? Okay, those kind him saying
Yeah,
those kind of things is why he like and overnight got like 10,000 followers and he's like at 100,000. I mean, I think he shoots straight from the corazon, and I appreciate that. I don't think he's confused on de donde viene, because he's pretty much summed it up. He has a flag that he always puts in his background. Have you ever seen the flag of the it was the guy with the Mexican shirt when he's opening up like, I don't know, is it American shirt, Mexican heart, or have you ever seen that flag? It's ripping open.
I I have, and that's a bullshit flag. I have, and that's a bullshit flag because look, he was saying the whole explanation that, oh, it represents the Aztecs that Mexico left out, right, and all this shit, and he's lying, bro, because the reason
Cut that out.
that the reason that the Mexican flag has the eagle with eating the serpent on top of a cactus is to represent Aztec. What is he talking about? That is the escudo. That's the escudo of Mexico. That's there for that reason. So him saying like, oh, like the Aztecs got left out on the flag, he's wrong, bro. I mean, that's fact. He didn't have to put a dude with a hard hat in the back with that's doing too much, man. Like that's the flag. Like si eres de Mexico, that's the flag. You don't have to make another flag.
Almate cabrón, because he lives over there by where you live. He'll pull up.
No hay pedo. We can get it in the ring too.
That's right. Hey, real quick before you go, cabron, I want to talk about a little bit of kind of what I did a little live today about. Someone sent me a clip, Alvin and the Chipmunks. We already know these podcasters that they say one thing, but exact opposite by their actions. And the people have the clips, the people have the videos. I mean, it's all out there. They burn themselves by doing shit and becoming hypocrites, right? Fuck this dude, he's the white devil. Invite him to the podcast. All this other shit, right? Call the cops on someone who tags on a wall. And then the next second, and I don't hang around with bums. I can't get this dudes. But anyways, I wanted to ask your opinion about these pinchy podcasters who have been just fuck, man. I've been crashing out completely on the internet. It came off like there were grown men, real ones, or say leaders of the communities, and have completely gone by the wayside. Is that something that who gives a shit because it's YouTube and it's all for entertainment, or should the raza really be aware and be like, you know what, don't follow certain pendejos because they're just gonna lead you in a ditch?
Nah, yeah, man. We shouldn't consume everything. Whatever's not good for you for you to consume, definitely don't watch it, because then at the end of the day, all you're doing is you're feeding into that fucking bad energy, and then it's like people like that, I can tell that YouTube has consumed them, man. YouTube is like it's became their real world, and they can hide behind that and shit like that. And but um it's funny that you touched that, right? And look, you're never gonna this is why you're never gonna get his disrespect, right? Because I heard you earlier, like you don't get it, right? Like you don't get it, and I don't get it either. But look, this is why
Go.
because you're you and I come from Mexican parents, and this dude comes from Central America. It
Okay.
seems like they don't have the same manners that we as Mexicanos have. It's
No,
just
Mexicanos get bugged by a lot of Central Americans. I've heard this from Mexicanos over there at the border. I know because they just was. I mean, it's okay. We're the same blood, but tenemos diferentes modos.
we're different people, man. And look, and this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, that Mexicanos need to separate themselves from Central Americans. Like when you guys say raza, you guys are all inclusive. Raza is everybody that's brown. No, hell no, man. My view on it is because when you say Viva la raza is for Mexicanos. But for some reason, everything wants to get everything seems to get taken from us Mexicanos. You know, now anybody can be a Chicano. Now anybody can be raza. Like it's not an all inclusive shit. You know what I mean? Because if you ask Central Americans, South Americans, that have pride of where they're from, they're not gonna say they're raza, bro. They're gonna say what they are. But us raza, or you Chicanos want to be so inclusive and include everybody, and that's the problem that the güeros have, that they can't make that distinction at the border. That they say the Mexican border, like it's to them, it's everybody. To them, it's Mexicanos, Central Americans, South Americans. Like it's Mexicanos. That's all they see. That's all they know because it's the Mexican border. But it's not. It's not. That's not it, man. That's not it. The Mexican people need to stand up. Say, look, that's not our people. Because look, if you go into Mexico, if you go right across the border, if you go right where the caravan is of Central Americans, the Mexican people don't want them there. Don't want them there because they're doing the same shit that the homeless are doing in California. They're shitting everywhere. They're leaving their fucking other dirty shit everywhere. It's a problem, bro. So make so I think that Mexicanos should, you know, uh, separate themselves from others and say, "No, we're Mexicanos. We're here." People are gonna say, "Oh, it's a pecking order." You goddamn right, it's a pecking order. That pecking order exists and is real.
Hey, you're fucking starting wars over here, cabron. You better stop fucking gaslighting the raza. You're starting wars over. No, no, no. Everything you said, yeah, it sounds like we're definitely on the same page as far as that. But as far as us Chicano, or you said something right now, Chicanos que accepting everybody, chale, way. I mean, chale, way again. But again, we're talking internet bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's nothing I'm gonna fucking fight about. Only the
right.
Echoes like we know Alvin. He got so mad. Marvelous said he wasn't Chicano. That fucking started everything. Everything started because someone told him the facts and the reality, and he didn't like it because there's a problem with him being in his own skin. Or else, why would he start calling podcasts, talking shit, and then saying names? Why le cayó el chaquetón?
You want to know really quickly what that dude's definition of Chicano is, and I'm talking about Alvin.
Dime, dime.
That dude says, and I have a short on my page. That dude says that a Chicano is somebody that is not Mexican, is not American, has an abuelita, eats tortillas, and likes lowriders. That's his definition of what a Chicano is.
Damn, he's writing his. I guess he's writing his own definitions, huh?
He's writing his own definition, but everybody does
Oh.
the same shit.
Anyways, the funny thing is, someone messaged me and sent me a clip. He had some ladies on the podcast. One of them, I shared a clip of her saying the definition of Chicano. And I think I shared it on my IG and on my YouTube, but that was before I rebranded it and then I took it down. But then back then too, all of that kicked off, and I kind of felt like I was gaslighting shit. Like the last thing I wanted to do is come on YouTube. I wanted to bring culture to the people. The last thing I wanted to do is, I get proud in the comment section. Soy raza, mis papás son de Mexico, soy Chicano. I get proud of that and be proud of whoever you are, right? But
Yeah, for sure.
the definition of it, Mexican American, first generation. If you marry outside, se acabó. She gave it down, and then they, she said he wasn't a Chicano. And I don't know where that clip is because I've deleted chats and clips and we rebranded and all that shit. But
Yeah.
that he wasn't and said his name, and this pendejo invites her over to the podcast. What do you think about that?
He's an idiot, man. He's an
He
idiot.
doesn't
Like I said,
inviting her. He doesn't even know his guests.
nah. He's an idiot. Like I said, and I hope to see him one day. Because when I do see him, I'm gonna become famous. I can tell you that much.
Let me tell. Stop already. Let's touch on the Norby situation. I know you saw everything that unfolded. Norby's there's rumors. I don't know this to be true, but there's rumors that there is a case open. There's rumors about that. So, what do you think about that situation? And is catching a case for laying hands, is that something right? Is that something wrong? Is this something that should have been to the law's attention? It shouldn't have never went to the law. What do you think about that whole thing? You see me talk about it 2, 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, mm, well, okay. So I get what you're asking me, and let me ask you: is Norby's outside of the gang politics?
Here we go. You ain't
I
gonna.
look. I say he is right. I say he is right. So
Yeah, yeah, the gang politics. Who wants to be run by pinchy politics like that, where all of a sudden, when you're not paying your taxes, you get whacked? I mean, that let's just keep this a fucking buck, because I talk to the kids at the juvenile hall and at the camp every single month. That's the level it gets to. But we're on YouTube. People try to downplay it and respect the policy and all that. But anyways, go ahead. But yeah,
yeah,
us
no, yeah,
normal world.
no, yeah, no. That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, he's outside of those politics. So yeah, man. I mean, if he got if he got assaulted, he's got to do what he's got to do. You know?
Or not, I'm not saying him, I'm saying in a normal situation, you're traveling through another fucking state. Say, I don't know, you're doing a video and you catch it. Like he did. And
Hmm.
then you go to the hospital and they're gonna open a case or all that. I mean, wouldn't that be like what the fuck is gonna normally happen?
Yeah, that's normal procedure. Isn't that standard procedure?
So I'm just saying these rumors that I'm hearing, if they're true, Alvin is just about to crash the fuck out all over the internet. People have been seeing the complete crash out this entire year, and no one's even mentioning the. He says he told Big Joe that he hangs out with bumps. He told
Oh shit.
who went with him to No Jumper that he go back to hanging out with bums. What about the co-host that put his hands on his wife? That he doesn't consider that a bum?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
ready to
less than a man. That's not even a bum. No llega ni a bum. That's
shout out to Grifter, the link homie, anti-grifter guy. Shout out to my guy. The information is out there, but of course, just they're everyone that rocks with them is gonna just keep pushing with them. I'm gonna end it at that. I ain't trying to put no more shine to this guy because yeah, me cae gordo. And también I would like to just have a discussion with him face to face.
yeah. I feel you. I feel you in that. Definitely, definitely.
Cabron, hey, we're reached the 8 o'clock mark. I appreciate you. We hit everything, gente. We talk history, cultura, the nueva presidenta. That's the new AOC, the new AOC of Mexico. Oh, real quick, Norby's commented it wasn't a serpent originally. You know what that means?
Here we go with that bullshit. Well, Yeah. Oh,
right?
look. Remember what I said last time? That that this dude like he's like anti-Mexico, but then he wants the raza support. Norby's, quit your bullshit, bro. Because even in Oaxaca, there's a city, and if there's a city, that means that to some point that's colonized as well. So no, Norby needs to cool with that bullshit. It's raza no es.
It
Decide, bro. You know,
sounds like it's going to lead into another conversation. There might be another conversation. How would you like to get on the panel with Norbies?
we can do it, man. We can do it. We can debate. We can do everything. I'm always down for it. Like I said, I shoot it from the hip. But one thing that I won't do is let Norby's discredit my people or my country. Hell no, I ain't gonna do that. It's not possible, bro. It's not because and then where's
So
my backbone?
why are you saying that Norbies is not raza?
He said that. I didn't. He said it. He said that he's from Oaxaca and Oaxaca never got conquered and that his grandma doesn't speak Spanish. And alongside with Marvelous, they said, yeah, fuck Spanish, fuck the Mexican flag. Like, come on. Like, is that somebody that claims to be raza to you? I'm asking you, Mikey. Like, if you hear somebody say all that shit about Mexico, can you say that they're raza?
Okay. Now, what you said right there, do you got that? I mean, you gotta have the paperwork. You already know how it is. You're on YouTube Landia, cabron. You said something. He said something. Where's the paperwork that he
Of
says something?
what? Oh,
F this and F that.
look, ask Norby's if he really wants me to do that, or if he's just gonna be because look, I'm gonna embarrass him.
I'm
I'm gonna
setting this
embarrass.
ready.
I'm
I'm
look.
setting summer.
I'm gonna embarrass him. Does he just want to end the year peacefully, or does he want to now
Not
be
gonna be on.
exposed?
It's gonna be
Or
primero. It is gonna be Norby's joining us so we can have this discussion.
yeah,
Because
I'm down for that.
I can learn something or if I can, correct something that I didn't know, I want to learn it. And so this is kind of like inner Mexican country chingadera issues that I want to know. And so I'm going to reach out to him and then maybe we'll set that up for the summer.
No. Yeah, whenever. But Norby's in the chat. Norby's, do you really want me to pull that shit up, bro? I can't see the chat, so I'm blindsided here. But they're like, do you really want
Well,
me to do that shit?
on your phone, you hit comments or you hit
Nah, it's
um
cool. It's cool. I'll go back and check them out. But look, let me. But look, Mikey. Let me tell you something, bro. Um, I'm I'm a, I'm in my 40s, bro. I gain nothing by lying to you here on YouTube. You know, I don't. That's not me. That's not anything and everything that I tell you is because I can definitely produce paperwork because that's what he wants. But are you still talking about paperwork, bro? Are you still running with that fucking? Isn't that what got you in fucking trouble in the first place? Talking about paperwork and produce paperwork and stop it, bro. Stop it.
okay, Norby's in the comment section. My bloodline is officially the oldest of the land.
What's that? What does that mean?
He's raza.
Ambe, no es raza y no llega ni a Chicano. Honestly, honestly,
Come on, the same blood is flowing through him is flowing through you.
hell no,
Oh, stop already. Hey,
hell no.
talking shit about Alvin, the same blood flowing through us is flowing through Alvin.
Anyway, I'm tall and light complected. I'm not short and fucking dark.
Guy right here, man. Risky Business is in the house live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Another interesting conversation. But yeah, I'm actually inviting Norby to the platform, Marvelous to the platform. To have these conversations, man. Hopefully, we could have a good summer. Line this up on YouTube Landia and just keep dialoguing and educating and helping the people in what we can, cabrón. I appreciate una hora de tu vida. Gracias, cabrón. Saludos to you and to blessings to the familia.
Yes, sir. Likewise, it was a pleasure. And again, everything that I say is just is just from the hip. Is just my opinion. I really don't mean to cause like division or anything. It's just those are my gente. Those are my thoughts, and my thoughts are based on what I've lived. You know.
some shit when you said Anglos way, and
Mande?
then you mentioned the Donald, which we know is it needs the win in November, so fucking people can start buying homes and saving money. Way, come on.
Yeah. But the Bible does say that don't put your faith in man. So a lot of Trumpers see this guy like. Let me ask you, Mikey. Let me end with this because uh uh shout out to the person that brought this up, and if he's watching, ya sabes, way. Um, are you American first or are you Republican first?
Who said I'm Republican? Way,
Okay, what
uh,
are you? Let me ask you, what are you then?
probably on paper. They probably when I voted for Donald in 16, they probably got me as Republican. You're probably
Man,
right
no,
about. But I
exactly. So so which one are you first?
down as that because I would have to have joined a membership or done it on my own merit, right? So I'm conservative. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, are you a conservative first or are you an American first?
What is this 1-2 pecking order that you're getting to? I already know you're setting me up for something. Uh,
No, I'm not setting you up. See, they're just real questions.
you said if I'm
Because look, because this is what I see with with politicians, that they're their party first before Americans. Because if they were Americans first, why would you be fighting your own countrymen? Wouldn't you be joining your countrymen for a better country to
okay,
to 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 against other to go against other countries?
yeah, because yeah, exactly. Now I know what you're saying. Okay, now you're ranking it in that order. Well, of course, the country is greater than any political party way.
But it doesn't seem that way.
Stop already. Okay, well, so let me ask you this: do you think that there's institutional white racism everywhere?
Everywhere, no, but a lot of places, yes.
But if you don't see that on paper, that means the majority of the people getting accepted, getting grants and scholarships are minorities, and the wealthiest here in the country, razas, are minorities. Then what does that say, really?
That says that this just here
That
you
they're
go, here you go, shut the hell up, vote for me.
allowed to hustle in a capitalistic society. Because if you weren't in a capitalistic society, you'd be working for the government, and you and everyone else would be making the same amount of money, owning no land. You can't even eat the beef because it's all getting exported. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, yeah. No, but like I said, for everybody that claims to be politician, ask yourself that question: what are you first?
Yeah, I would say yeah, definitely. But again, I know I'm Mexicano. I'm not. We're not gonna argue. I'm not 33, cabron. Okay, all of those.
So what are you? What? Let's end it. What are you?
I'm born in the U.S. Hey, I'm
Look,
gonna have a 4th of July mix. That's gonna be Las Perronas Americanas that are gonna make you want to put on your American tank top on 4th of July. Be on the lookout for that mix. But risky business. I appreciate your time once again. I'm gonna invite you again if anyone else wants to come on the panel for one of these Raza panels. I want to start planning.
no, for sure. Next one we can do it. We can do a video. There's no problem. Right now we went audio because I'm actually sitting here outside of I'm sitting outside of Denver way. I'm gonna deliver in the morning here in Denver, and then I gotta pick up a load here close by, and then take it back to the house. But yeah, for sure. Next time, just let me know what time, and I'll make sure I'm at the house with good Wi-Fi connection, all of that, and we can run it, man. We can run it. But Norbies, do you really want that smoke, bro? Come on, man. I thought you had enough, bro, but apparently you didn't. But okay,
No, join the panel and we're gonna talk about everything. Everything. We're not gonna duck one question.
yes, sir. No, pues
All
está
right.
bueno, Mikey. Yes, sir.
Bendiciones.
Likewise, man. Buenas noches.
Have a buenas noches. You in the chat, live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street to all the raza. Go back and hear the replay. We talked about cultura, Mexican history, politics, a lot of controversial things that I know are going to stir the pot up. But you know what? I appreciate someone that just shoots straight from the hip. No, we don't always have to agree. And
Nah,
yes, even at the end of the day, if I don't like you or whatever, we can get along for the common goal, which is shit, prosperity, in my opinion.
I agree. I agree with that, and I'm gonna end it with "Viva Mexico, cabrones."
And he's out. I appreciate you. Cuídate, cabrón. Take care. That's right, you gente. Don't forget to hit that like. Go ahead and listen to it on the replay. We had Risky Business in the casa. Hey, it's that Wednesday night fix. We'll take it over to Friday night. And then don't forget the weekend is coming up. But yeah, we are gonna have the 1 year anniversary of Chicano Tube, 11,000 soldados. We'll be doing giveaways. Me and Mr. and Mrs. Chicano Tube will be together for that one. Mi linda raza. Hit that like one more time, and I'll catch you on the next one. You gotta subscribe because you never know when we go live and we talk about it. As soon as it breaks, we talk about it. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Remember what I always say, mi linda raza? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.